so we come from the Oz, the greater Oz universe.
Apparently.
And one of the things I'm always the most curious about is, what was your first introduction to the world of Oz, the very first thing?
Maybe I'd heard the story or knew the book, but you will now know how old I am. When I was growing up, I did not have color television, but a friend of mine had a color TV. And I learned that this movie called The Wizard of Oz was going to be shown in color. And so I went to my friend's house and watched The Wizard of Oz for the first time in color. And that movie, yeah, I watch it then every single year, and I have the soundtrack album, and I basically knew the movie by heart. But my first exposure to The Wizard of Oz was seeing the movie on television, on color television for the first time.
Wow.
It was the same for me, except that I didn't have a friend who had a color TV. So for the first few years,
I had much better friends than you.
Definitely. For the first few years, I didn't even realize that great effect. And then when I finally saw it, it was amazing. But of course, there's so much to be amazed by in that movie, and so much to be moved by and thrilled by, even without color, because the story is so incredibly timeless. And this is one of the things that we talked about a lot when we started to collaborate together, is how much the movie meant to us, and that we felt a special responsibility because let's face it, we're part of a legacy, and we're carrying something on forward. And that never completely left our minds, I think.
No, we actually took the movie as a documentary. We said nothing we do in the show can contradict the movie. We have to treat the movie as if it is true. That's what actually happened. And so we can show what they didn't show in the movie, what happened before a scene, what happened in another part of the world while this was going on, but nothing can ever contradict the movie. And really, you should be able to cut the two together and have it be a coherent story.
When you first hear the word Oz, what is the very first visual that comes to your mind?
I think those gates and that look of the Emerald City, from the movie. Yeah.
That's what comes to mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was part of the thrill of working with John Chu. Is this is a person who was so incredibly imaginative and really just wildly inventive, and our amazing designers, they were able to, it's sort of similar to what Stephen was just talking about, that we were attempting to do with our words and Stephen's music. They were able to walk that amazing balance between, looking at what had come before, evoking the artwork, the beauty, but taking it into their own language and really making it their own. And I'm really touched by how much care went into that, and thoughtfulness. And it was something that we all shared, I think. And I'm including Ariana and Cynthia and the whole cast, we felt a sense of great wanting to walk always a balance between being true to the musical as it is, and finding ways to go, to find it, maybe make it more personal, make it bigger, make it more emotional, anything we could do to deepen the experience for people.